Believe it or not, you are about to watch the second to the last TBR for 2025. I say this every month, but where the hell did this year go? Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brie and this is 4 Paws in a Book. Welcome to Kerplunk Chooses my November TBR. We took a little bit of a break for Kerplunk for readathons and other things, but we're back. And it's time to let the tower decide what we are reading. So in October, I played TBR Harvest, and so I didn't have a set TBR. Everything was kind of a pile of possibilities. But let me tell you, I think the reading mojo is back. Okay, we have been reading more. I have been getting through my TBR. I've been reading a lot this month. It's been a good month. So I'm excited. I'm excited to finish out this year. I have some big plans for reading that I need to get to. We're also going to be doing Goodreads in some form or fashion. I haven't quite finalized what I'm doing yet. I kind of want to wait until the rest of, until the nominations actually come out to make my decision. But you will see something coming out early December, and that means that I'm going to be reading a lot for it, you know, second half of November. As far as readathons, I don't think I'm going to be participating any in November. It's just a really, these last 2 months are really hard for readathons because I have so much content that I need to get out. I still have new releases from 2025 that I want to finish so that I can kind of give you a recap at the end of the year. And I went back to that list and man, there's a lot on there. Okay, it's fine. So let's roll our dice. Let's see how many books that I need to read in November, and then we will head over to the Kerplunk Tower and figure out what we're gonna read. Please ignore that the dice tray is covered in dog hair. We're not gonna worry about it, okay? I do have our big old D12 dice. This is gonna tell us how many sticks we're gonna pull. So here we go. All right, we got a pretty decent one. We have a 6. I don't know if it's gonna focus. There we go. We got a 6. Since we are not doing any punishment rolls, that is all that we have. I don't know that I actually have any required reads as far as book clubs and things like that. I'll probably think of them as soon as I finish editing this video. But that being said, let's go over to the tower. Okay, here is the Kerplunk Tower. If you are new here, the green means that it's an author that I have read from before. The orange means that it is an author that I have not read from before. If any of the marbles fall, then I will pick a black card. So we're going to pick a stick, pick a prompt to go with it. Pretty simple, all right? Let's start here. They're already shifting on the first one. Cool. Fantastic. I love that. All right. Ooh, we have a friend recommendation. Friend recommendation from an author that I have read from before. I don't have time to actually text somebody and wait for them to get back to me because I need to edit this video. So I'm going to go with a book that was on Cassidy's Romantasy bingo announcement as a recommendation. We're just going to count that because we're working smart, not hard. Also, I just really want to read this book before it's not seasonally appropriate. And that is Arcana Academy by Elise Kova. Oops. This is the Fairy Loot edition, I believe. Question mark? I don't remember. But it's stunning. It's gorgeous. This is a dark academia fantasy romance, which I feel is just seasonally appropriate right now. If I look out the window, there is fog, there is rain, there is falling leaves. This feels like that, okay? I also have heard just phenomenal things from a lot of different people. This is about a professor and a student, and there is some hidden magic in there. There is some trials, and then also tarot magic, which just sounds really cool. I really wanted to read this one during spooky season, and it just didn't get to it. So we're going to put it on our November TBR, which is great because it will fit a hard mode prompt for my Romantasy bingo. I don't remember if this video or that video is coming out first. You'll see a lot of books because I'm really excited about it. You're going to see a lot of books probably on this TBR. All right, number 2. There's a very loud plane going over my house and I am mad about it. Okay, now that you can hear me again, we got our orange one and we got a poll pick. All right. Next we have a poll pick with a new to me author. So I sent a list over to my Patreon of books that I think are going to be on the Goodreads Romantasy, Goodreads Choice Awards. That's the angle that I am leaning into to doing the video for that. I may not read all of them because I have been a little bit behind on my new release reading this year. So anyways, 4. It has not, like, it's only been up for a little bit, but there is one overwhelming winner, and that is Shield of Sparrows by Daphne Perry. Like 90% of the people voted for this one, which means like one person voted for the other ones. So this one is probably the one that was going to be read. This is a like gods and monsters romantasy. Long ago, the gods unleashed monsters upon the 5 kingdoms to remind us that humans are insignificant, that we must pray to the gods for mercy throughout our fragile, fleeting lives. One of the things I love about fantasy books is when we have like these gods as antagonists, as like villains, and we've kind of created an entire religion around them, and I think that this one's going to do that, and I do think that this one is going to end up on the Goodreads Choice Awards. Will it make the top 10? I don't know, but I remember getting a lot of buzz when it came out, so we'll see. And she's a really prolific author in other genres. All right, number 3. I'm thinking we kind of just go back and forth between authors that I have read from and authors I haven't. What do you think about that? I don't know. We have an even number. Kind of works. Ooh, we have a book for a vlog. Thank you, Goodreads. I love this. Then we have a book for a vlog. Thank you, Goodreads. You are doing the Lord's work today. Unfortunately, I don't know what I want to pick for this, okay? It's an author that I've read from before, so likely what I will do is put a sequel on here that was in the Goodreads Romantasy last year that I read, that I need to read now the sequel. So the ones that I'm thinking will end up there is going to be The Things Gods Break by Abigail Owen, potentially The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst, which is the sequel to The Spell Shop. Fallen in the Kiss of Dusk might end up on there. That's like the 4th book in the Crimes of Nyaxia series. So that one could potentially, however, I don't think the 3rd one ended up in the Goodreads Choice last year. And then the other one might be A Curse Carved in Bone by Danielle L. Jensen, which is the sequel to A Fading in Blood. All of those I read last year, like book 1s, and so potentially these will end up there. So I'm going to hold this space for one of those books. I just am not going to pick one right now. Okay, pick number 4. Okay, so far so good. An audiobook. Listen, good Kerplunk, we're loving you today. An audiobook from an author that I have not read from before. So easy, okay? So for this one, I am going to be reading Silver Elite by Dandy Francis. This is another one that I am sure will be on the Romantasy Goodreads Awards. And like, how have I not read this book yet? I don't know. It was everywhere, okay? This is a dystopian romantasy. It's kind of like Hunger Games, but grown up. And I don't know that that comparison is super direct because like it is different, okay? It's different, but I have heard fantastic things about this one. I have also heard people not love this one, so I don't know how high up in the Goodreads Choice Awards it will go, but I do think it will be there. So we're going to add this. Okay, book number 5. They're in there very, very tight. Okay, here we go. Oh, a Patreon pick. Well, I was gonna do a Patreon poll, but maybe we're gonna have to adjust this. Kerplunk really didn't want me to pick my own books this month, and I am okay with that, honestly. So we got Patreon pick, and I know I had said that I had done a Patreon poll already. It's fine, we'll do another one. This is from authors that I have read from before, so I decided I was going to go with sequels for this one as well. Currently there are 2 in like, you know, back and forth as far as what is winning. So we have The Fallen in the Kiss of Dusk by Carissa Broadbent and Brimstone by Callie Hart. So I will put in here which one won, but I am okay with either one of these. Brimstone by Callie Hart comes out at the end of the month, and I am like so ready for it. Should I read Quicksilver again before? I should probably, but I don't have time. So that's okay. I am so excited about this book. I am so ready for this book. I cannot wait. And then also Fallen in the Kiss of Dusk. I was one of the ones that really enjoyed Songbird in the Heart of Stone, and so I am excited about this book. I am surprised I haven't read it yet because it came out this summer. What's going on with me? I don't know. I wasn't reading Romantasy this summer. That is what was happening. And what will hopefully be the last one, provided that we do not have any of them fall. Oh, they shifted, but they got caught on a lower one. Thank goodness we got this. I needed like an easy one to come back to. Oh, a book you didn't purchase. Finally, we have a book that you didn't purchase from a new to you author. I decided I have a lot of Romantasy on this, and I'm going to be reading a lot of Romantasy if that is the category that I choose, which, like, the more that I say it, the more likely that is going to happen because I'm already preparing myself for it. So I thought, let's shake it up a little bit. Let's read something else. Spooky season is still happening, right? I mean, it's not quite Halloween yet. Halloween kind of goes into the first weekend of November, and so I kind of want to extend horror just a little bit, and this is a book that I was really hoping to get to during Halloween and hadn't quite gotten to it yet. We'll see what happens on the last week. But that is Wake Up and Open Your Eyes by Clay McLeod Chapman. This is a social horror that was on my most anticipated reads of the year. I really wanted to get to it, and I didn't. Mostly because, like, I think it's gonna hit a little too close to home. So I was a little scared of it. And also, I didn't hear a ton of people talking about it. There were a lot of people that added it to their TBRs at the beginning of the year, but not as many people actually, like, added it and actually read it. So I haven't heard much about it, but I am hopeful. I have never read from this author before. We'll see what happens. I don't know. The concept of this book just sounds amazing. He goes back to his hometown because he can't get a hold of his parents. Come to find out they are in, like, kind of this dazed out phase. This, like, they're just, like, staring at the TV, and there is a lot of, like, Fox News conversation that is going on. There's a lot of misinformation about what is going on in the world. There is a lot of just these bad things that are happening. And then his family, like, attacks him kind of like in a zombie-like state. So we have like social horror meets zombies, and I don't know, the concept of that book just sounds fascinating. Sounds like it's going to be something that I'm going to really like. Weirdly enough, I have enjoyed some zombie books, which I don't like zombies on TV. I do not like zombies on TV, but in books, apparently they work. So I hope that this one does. Okay, so here are the books that are on my Kerplunk TBR plus the other ones that are not picked quite yet. This seems like a pretty reasonable TBR. Not like, I mean, they're chunky books, which I guess it's a good thing that I only had 6 on my Kerplunk. Will the reading mojo continue? Will we finish the TBR? I guess you'll have to come back and see at the end of the month. Let me know down in the comments below a book that you are really excited about for November, whether it's a new release, something that's been on your shelves for a while. And if you are not feeling chatty, let's do like a tree emoji. Sure, whatever kind of tree you want. If you want to see what has been going on my channel, I'm going to leave something right here that YouTube thinks that you're going to like. Go over there, say hi, check it out. I'll meet you over there. That is all I have for you today. If you are new here and you have not yet subscribed, there's a little button that you can do so down below the video. If you'd like to hang out with me more, the links to my Instagram, my Goodreads, my Threads, and my Patreon are linked in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!